Well, this is a story of two journeys, one made by millions of people who are sold into slavery each year, and the other, a journey of a discovery made by a Hollywood actor and filmmaker. The United Nations estimates that by the end of this year, at least 2 million people, the majority of them young girls, will be sold into slavery, and 70% of those girls are exploited sexually. When Hollywood director and actor Michael Cory Davis heard about this on a trip to Bulgaria, well, he decided to make the film Svetlana's Journey. It's based on the true story of a Bulgarian girl who was forced into prostitution, and the film is raising awareness and winning awards. It took top honors at the Hollywood Film Festival. The writer and director Michael Cory Davis joins me now live from our Los Angeles bureau. Michael, great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. And I was telling you earlier, just seeing this film, you know, it's tough to watch. It's really tough to watch. And I can't imagine that there you were to do a sci-fi film in Bulgaria, right? And,
yes,
and then tell me what happened and how you took off on this other adventure. It's
definitely an interesting story to go from shooting fictional dinosaurs to making movies about real life atrocities, 100%. Svetlana's journey began in 2003, actually, when I was hired to do this film in Bulgaria. And I attended a fundraiser that the Bulgarian organization Face to Face invited me to. And at that fundraiser, I found out about the large numbers of Bulgarian girls and Eastern European women being trafficked out of Bulgaria throughout Europe as well as into the United States. From that point on, I asked them how they could use me to, in some way, shape, or form, help their campaign on spreading awareness.
So,
and go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say, so you actually talked with these kids and you heard their story, right? You met these kids.
I met about 300 kids during that 3-week period while I was shooting the film. And I returned to Los Angeles in 2004, and the kids that I met were sending me pictures to through my website. I still kept in touch with the Bulgarian organization, and what happened was, that's actually how I found out about Svetlana's story. I found out that she was one of the girls that I met, and there was a newspaper article that detailed her just horrifying story. And I ended up turning it into a film in about 4 hours one night and flew back to Bulgaria with $200 in April of 2004. And I set on a mission to raise corporate sponsorship and to pimp myself out as an actor as much to try to raise money to shoot the film.
Wow. Now, you actually showed this film to these kids, whether it was in the orphanages or some of these schools, and my question to you was, but gosh, it's so graphic. It's about rape and about, you know, these awful people just taking these young girls and forcing them into this. But you said, look, they went through it. They experienced this. So for them, was it a sense of freedom just to meet you and hear from you, look, you don't have to do this anymore. There are other, don't listen to these men that are trying to talk you into this.
Most definitely. I find that a lot of these young kids in Bulgaria, as well as even here in the States, they're not used to male figures speaking to them in the way that the organization asked me to. They're not used to repetitive behaviors. Like I showed up to the orphanages, talked with them, and when I returned the next day, they were so impressed and surprised. So once they saw that I was willing to see them on a more consistent basis, they opened up to me and they listened to me, and that was the most important thing. And yeah, some of the kids really were not that horrified to see what happened. In fact, many of them knew about it, and many of them even told me stories about pimps in that neighborhood, in those regions, trying to get at them.
Gosh.
And this is not only in Bulgaria. You know, keep in mind, this is all over the world.
Well, in this scene right now that we're looking at is the man who paid thousands of dollars for Svetlana, the young girl that you met in real life. And tell me, in the film, she ends up becoming pregnant and actually commits suicide. But in real life, she survives that attempted suicide, right? What happened to her? What is she doing now?
From what I understand, she's in Child Protective Services. I have no more dealings with her. The Bulgarian organization does, but I'm not allowed to really disclose any more information than that.
Wow.
I do want to touch on something, being that you raised the topic. She was impregnated, and like many of the victims of sex trafficking, they do end up pregnant, and some of them go through 9, 10, 11, and more abortions. I've met the victims, actually, who've had more than 9 or 10 abortions. It is frightening, and a lot of these young girls end up having infants, and these infants are raised with this disgusting destiny that is set for them as infants on throughout their future. It's horrible, horrible situation.
Now, Michael, you've got a great acting career. I mean, from the movies to soaps to television. I mean, why did you, what was it that moved you and caused you to do this and put in so much of your own time and money into pursuing this and wanting to help?
You know, when I check my bank account, I ask myself the same thing all the time. You know what?
You have a big heart. You're crazy and you've got a big heart.
Indeed, indeed. And many people don't understand that. But, you know, I met the victims, and I've been meeting people here in the United States, subject matter experts and law enforcement who are working towards stopping this, and they have the same attitude. You know, the thing is, I'm an artist. And as an artist, I have the responsibility and the call of duty to bring to light through media and through entertainment what I see is going on that's hurting people, especially the young kids of today, because they will be the adults of tomorrow, and they're the ones who are going to have to make the difference. So as I had mentors growing up, and it's my way of paying back, you know, to the number of adults in my family who helped me growing up. So,
well, if you want to get involved, you can go to face2face.bg to find out about this organization that you got involved with to help these kids.
Most definitely.
And how do folks get your film? How can they see it? How can they get their hands on it?
Go to www.michaelcorydavis, MichaelCorydavis.com.
There you go.
Proceeds of that do go back to Face-to-Face Bulgaria. So please come out and support. And if I can, Kyra, can I say something?
Of course. You want to say something to Mom and Grandma, don't you?
I do. Actually, I may not make it home for Christmas. I have a very busy schedule, and I do want to say, Mom and Grandma, because of your selflessness and your love and watching you guys grow up, watching you guys while I was growing up, I noticed and learned from you a lot. And it's the reason why I'm able to give the kind of love back. So just thank you guys for that. I love you. I love my family. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. I may not see you guys.
Michael Cory Davis, what a pleasure to interview you. The film was incredible. It's a powerful message. Thanks for your time.
Take care.
All right.